like the giraffe's uprightness. Can you imagine if these giants' horns were in proportion to their size, shaped like an oryx's or kudu's horns? The giraffe would be lethal, and their fights would be impossible. As such large champions, aware of their overwhelming superiority, giraffes are the first case of nature's voluntary disarmament. Their neck is already quite powerful. Their long neck is a forceful, blunt sword. It's used in their bloodless fights. You only have to look at their bald tops after so many fights to understand the power behind. Even without edged points, their forceful movements could throw a large antelope or a lion. However, watching these imposing males in action, they seem to be dancing. Their dance is not over. There's no clear winner yet. They'll continue later on. Their weariness forces them to take a break to replenish their strength. The two animals politely approach to eat together at some nearby trees. The acacia's sharp thorns are so large and hard that very few herbivores can eat them. Natural selection has given many plants this efficient protection against vegetarians. Leaves turned into thorns, needles that sink easily and may cause lethal infections. They're barbed wire or blocking barriers that set the territories or a defensive wall. Borders that demand a high price from whoever wants to transgress them. This invention has been exploited by many animal and plant species. Some of them have added poison to their already terrible thorns. Other species have designed brittle thorns that stick in the enemy's skin, generating even more pain for a longer time. Inspired by the needs of these pointed living beings, man has employed the same idea. And nowadays, the whole earth is divided by fences and railings, dividing our species between those on one side and those on the other. And the problem is that grass always looks greener on the other side. Prickles, thorns, and nails are not always designed to prevent contact. Sometimes their object is just the opposite: to entangle, to join. Once again, natural selection has carved an endless range of life forms. While some plants specialized in repulsing animals, many others needed their collaboration and touch to be able to conquer faraway territories, to grow in new places. Seeds do not move by themselves, but an animal can turn into a transport vehicle for a small seed. In 1948, the Swiss engineer Georges de Mestral noticed this fact. After his peaceful walks with his dog in the countryside, he was fascinated by the strength that certain seeds use to attach themselves to his clothes or to his four-legged friend's fur. In summertime, after a walk in the countryside, he always had to spend time removing an incredible variety of seeds from his socks and clothes. The most tenacious were called spiny clotburs, because there is no way to remove them from hair except for cutting it off. His curiosity took the engineer to study in detail the device by which these clandestine voyagers attached themselves through dozens of hooks to clothes. Thanks to this research, Mestral designed the well-known attachment system called Velcro. He designed two surfaces that, when put together, attach one to the other. The A side was similar to the plant hooks. The B side was a dense fiber pattern, similar to his socks. The invention was patented in his name in 1955, millions of years after the spiny clotbur had registered the authentic wild patent. Needles and pins have been used for different objects by man, animals, and plants. Every type of prey, whether spiny or not, will always attempt to defend itself as much as possible from its predators. Therefore, some sophisticated carnivores have designed safe hunting systems. Distance hunting. The dragonfly larva's telescopic mouth supplies the advantage of surprise and limits the risks of hand-to-hand fighting. The best strategy is to hunt at a distance. Hidden in the vegetation, this chameleon looks for prey. It moves very slowly in order not to be noticed. It will get its meal without any problems if it can stay calm and doesn't hurry when somebody makes a sudden movement. Its amazing independent eyes look everywhere, and up until now, no insect has been able to determine the length of its extraordinary tongue. The tongue of these distance hunters is a masterwork of control and elasticity. It's made up of many muscles. Some of them are fast and project and stretch it quickly. Other muscles are slow and must fold it back little by little. Its length is equal to the animal's size. And most important, its tip is sticky and enveloping. We could find in the chameleon's hunting system ideas for many inventions. Man has always wanted and needed to get rid of insects. In such an uneven war, flypaper is one of our best ideas, although its efficiency can't compare with the original model. The chameleon's sophisticated telescopic tool wouldn't be as efficient without multi-directional stereo sight, with which the animal first fixes the prey's position and then its exact distance. It's very special sight. Distance hunting, like the technique used by the chameleon, requires specially developed visual ability. To hunt like this fish also requires developing a new visual concept. The Toshotes pays a lot of attention to what happens above its head, as its favorite prey usually are on the other side of the waterline. Sometimes a small and unwary insect falls into the water, and such an opportunity is not lost. There are few drowned insects, and competition is really high. There's so much pressure to feed that natural selection has performed another miracle in this unique fish. Its eyes can see what is happening outside the water. And most importantly, its brain can locate its prey exactly. It corrects the distortion of the images as the light crosses from air to water. Thus, the Toshotes jaculator, the archer fish, is able to locate faraway prey and catch them. This fish does not have any body extension, but it knows about ballistics. To shoot, the fish suddenly contracts its gills and sucks some water into its mouth. Then its tongue presses and squirts the water out at great speed. A thin groove in its palate turns the liquid into a short, precise, and deadly jet.